Where do we start looking after our vagina? Let's say right from the beginning, like I haven't been down there. I don't know what it looks like. Where do we start building that connection and how?
Yeah. Really, this is a reclamation of self, isn't it? Right. And this is like putting pieces back together, coming back to who you are. So for some people, there can be a lot of shame and a lot of challenge within that space. For some people, for example, they may have never reached orgasm. That can be a real challenge. I remember at your festival, a few people had actually come up to me about that and felt a lot of shame about that. And so there can be a lot of held emotion by even just contemplating that. And a lot of people recoil in the idea of even being near that space. So I always say to people, do you know what the best thing? And this just seems so basic bitch. And I'm all about the basic bitch parts of this, right? I'm like, nervous system needs basic. We need to strip it back. We don't need anything complicated. We don't certainly need to be parting our legs and staring at the mirror in the first instance and being like, this is how I will form a relationship. We will be best friends by the time I finish with this mirror, like, no, like there's so much. And I've seen people, practitioners who talk about that. And I'm like, what are you on about? Like some people just can't even bear the idea of thinking about it, let alone doing that. So just bringing in breath to that space and working out how you can soften that space through your breath can be a really beautiful gift in itself. And even if that doesn't happen in its first instance, just knowing that you have formed some level of internal connection with that space by bringing in breath to that space, just breathing into the body, breathing into the womb, breathing into the hara, the center. And even if a womb does not exist there anymore, it still has the energy of that space. So you're breathing into that space and then seeing if you can take that breath just further down and feel it softening at vulva, at labia, maybe even like rocking a little bit and noticing the perineum like on the floor or where on a mat, and then starting to visualize that space a little bit, visualize what it might feel like, the edges of it. I always think about visualizing it as a beautiful rose, like the petals of that rose, if you want to go that far with it. But essentially, we need to just start to bring in some level of awareness that that space exists, first and foremost, because often it's like, so basically I have a head, shoulders, belly button, stomach there, legs. It's like, we don't talk about that. So just to breathe in there. Yeah.